played fullback before, but new full-time role for you this year.
Yeah.
How has camp gone so far at that position?
It's been a lot of fun. I got a lot of good coaches, whether it's Coach Walker, the running back coach, Coach White, Coach Bakucci, the tight ends guys, all helping me out. And also I got a good group of running backs behind me that make me look good when might not quite have what I'm supposed to do nailed down quite yet. So it's good. It's a learning experience. I learn like a little different lesson just about every day. So I've enjoyed it.
What's the biggest difference in getting to learn parts of it now as opposed to on the fly in the middle of the season like last year?
Oh, it's great. And, I can't say enough about how nice it was to be able to work on it during OTAs. That was huge to be able to kind of study my stuff. And, nothing is like practice with pads on, though. So especially at fullback, it's like one of the few positions where you really can't get a good feel for stuff until you have pads on. So it's nice to have a whole off season of it, and I think it'll pay dividends.
Nick, what was it like when the first time when they came to you and said, whatever week it was, you're going to play a little bit of fullback? What was that like in mid-season?
I was super excited because I've, been mostly a backup linebacker my whole life, and it was nice to get an opportunity to get out on the field, and they felt that I could help the team, and I thought it was something I could excel at. So I was super excited when they asked me to do it, and I'm glad it's kind of blossomed into something here.
Did you kind of know going this whole offseason that this would be your full-time role this year, or when did that kind of take form?
We had kind of talked about it, but it was kind of one of those things that once I got here, it was kind of I think they felt that it was something where they could place me there to help the team, and we have a lot of great linebackers, so it's something where you can kind of I was happy to do it.
Is it similar to linebacker since it's both positions? You're initiating the contact.
Yeah,
You're
it's
the hunter more than.
Yeah, I would say it's similar movement patterns and mindsets. It's kind of mirrored jobs on either side of the ball. You just got to get used to blocking and not tackling because you get holding penalties that way. So got to lose that habit. But it's pretty similar positions, same body styles usually, and although the new guys we got are different body styles than me. I'm kind of a short, squatty dude, so I'm more of a fullback build to begin with, I guess. So, no, it's fun, though, and there's parallels between the two positions, but there's a lot of little stuff that I'm, trying to learn.
What's maybe the most difficult thing about the transition for you so far?
I think just the terminology and learning the whole play call, sometimes on defense you can hear it and kind of know exactly what it is from the first couple words. But when the quarterbacks are in there giving you the play, and usually, you don't know how long it could actually be said for, and you have to pay attention to the last word because it can completely change your job. So really just, dialing into the terminology on offense and what they call things. Football is football, but defensively, we call things different than they call things on offense, so that took some getting used to.
You miss playing defense?
A little bit, but it's still get to hit, and it makes it interesting. Having played with a bunch of linebackers, it makes the one-on-one stuff pretty competitive, I would say.
How much shorter is the play call for the regular defensive play call compared to an offensive play?
It depends, and I haven't been in the defensive room this year, so maybe they're in the same boat as we are. But it just depends. I mean, sometimes it's a real mouthful for Stafford to say, and I don't know how he gets the words out, but he always does. And you really have to kind of lock into what particular part applies to you. And
was that difficult for you last year? I mean, they say learning an offensive playbook is kind of like learning a foreign language or something. Was that difficult for you as a defensive guy to jump in and to hear all of that and to pick up the play call and what your responsibilities were?
They really, made it simple for me. I probably got a C- in French in high school, so I was never much of a foreign language guy. But, it was one of those things that you kind of they had a small playbook for me, kept it easy for me, which I think, helped. But now, since I've had more time under my belt, they can kind of start to give me more stuff.
That's daily news, by the way.
Yeah.
On your touchdown catch, what did that play? And the ball's in the air, it's headed to you. What's going through your mind, that whole play? Looked like you were wide open.
Yeah. No, that's always easier when you're a little. I don't know. Sometimes it's worse when you're wide open, but it's you don't have much time to think. I knew right after we ran the ball that it was probably my time to catch it. So I was just like, I got to get out on this route and turn your head, and Stafford always puts it right on you. So it's had no time to think.
Yeah, he kind of waved the ball when he got in the end zone.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. I'd catch a lot of flack for the celebration or lack thereof or whatever I was thinking there. But
did that kind of reaffirm your transition to the position? Catching the touchdown, kind of putting it into perspective?
I don't know. I'd like to think a lot of guys could have done that play, how wide open I was. But, I think they must have liked something that I did last year, and it was fun to get in there and kind of start to learn the position. Now, kind of do it full time is great.
How much French do you still know?
Un petit pas. Yeah, not much, not much.
You ever foresee your NFL career kind of taking you here to a possible full-time fullback role?
I can't say I really thought of it initially. I just have always kind of had to do what I needed to do to continue playing, whether it's just purely special team stuff and now fullback stuff. So it's kind of one of those things you gotta adapt to survive in the league, and hopefully this is something that I can continue to do, and they continue to believe in me, and I can keep progressing at it.
Is there a similar mentality to linebacker and fullback at the same time?
Yeah, it's basically the old hammer the nail analogy that we hear a lot, and you're thinking about every time you go head to head with those guys, and it's really a attitude play most of the times when the fullbacks and linebackers are hitting each other. So it's kind of low man win, all the cliches, but they're all kind of true in those scenarios there.
Can you see how it benefits you? Can you see how playing linebacker benefits you with the fullback, and how?
Yeah. I think I kind of know what they're thinking and how they play stuff, and hopefully I can kind of relay that message to the running backs, because there's some things that linebackers do, and we always watch running backs do stuff, and we can take advantage of it. And if I can relay that to them, hopefully it makes them a little bit better in run reads or pass blocking or any of that stuff.
Did you play for Chip in San Francisco?
Yes.
So you played for Chip and Rex. You played for some guys with big personalities and all that. How does Patricia fit into that?
He's awesome. I can't say enough about him. The mentality that he brings to practice and the meetings and everything. The amount of accountability he places on us, I think is huge, and I think it's going to be something that's really going to pay dividends once the season starts and once we start rolling the ball out here.
The Lions drafted a fullback in Nick Bellore, and obviously he's injured out for the year. Looked like it could have been a competition between you two in camp. Now he's out for the year. What's your relationship with him, now?
He's an awesome young guy, and it's a shame that happened to him. He actually just talked to me yesterday, and he said whatever help I need, because obviously he knows that he's been doing it for a long time. So I really appreciated that, and he's someone that I'll keep in contact with, and he's around the facility helping us out. And any question I have, he can clear it up for me.
Is that kind of strange, taking advice from a guy who's a rookie and who's only first year in the league?
Yeah. Usually I don't like listening to those guys too much, but in this scenario, it's something that I have to do just because I haven't quite learned it yet. So anything I can learn from him is awesome.
There's a lot of anticipation to see LeGarrette out there, to see Carry-On out there. You've obviously got a very interesting vantage point for those guys. Yeah. What's been your perspective on how they've looked? So far?
I thought they've looked awesome. Obviously, LG's a load, and Carry-On can kind of do it all. They're both still kind of in the infancy of learning the offense, just like kind of we all are. Mm-hmm. And I think once we get it all hammered down, it should be great. They're just working hard and doing a good job in there.
There's been so many changes to that running game. How different is it schematically than from what we saw last year?
It's tough to say, because I'd like to say I paid attention to everything going on in the offensive room last year, but I was in there for about. But it's we have to run the ball, and that's every team in the league, and that's something that we are working hard on, and I think it only makes your offense better. So I'm not sure schematically what's different, but we just know we need to run the ball better. So
Nick, what's the difference between being hit and hitting? Because as a linebacker, when you hit people, a lot of times running backs, they're the ones absorbing. What's the difference?
Yeah, I mean it's just kind of I would say delivering the hit is a little bit is obviously better than absorbing. So it's kind of, and you do both on either side of the ball. So it's kind of a race to see who can hit the other one first, lower and harder. So it's just kind of the same old game of football we've all been playing, just switched sides. So it's always tests your manhood, but it's fun.
Back to Blunt for a second. Is it hard to believe sometimes that he's 31 and has been in the league now for 8, 9 years?
I didn't know he's 31. I'm going to have to make fun of him for that. But you wouldn't know it. I mean, he's a pretty energetic, carefree guy, and, it's crazy to think 31 is old in a profession, and I get called old at 29 too. So, you know, you don't even, it is crazy to think about. I didn't know he was, I mean, I know it was his 9th, 10th year in the league. So, you know, it's fun to have him in there. He brings a lot of knowledge, and he's been through a lot, and obviously been to the top. And that's huge to, you know, show us. I've never played in a playoff game. There's a lot of guys in the room that have never played in a playoff game. So, you know, trying to give us that, you know, what's it like, what it takes to get to that point.
Nick, just from the outside, it seems like you've had a pretty amazing career arc over 8 years. You know, coming in from Central as an undrafted free agent. Do you ever look at that, look back on it, and how did I get here? What did I do right to get here?
You know, I think there might be a time for that, and right now I got to worry about doing the right thing so I don't get yelled at by one of the offensive coaches. So I'm just kind of trying to learn my stuff every day and you know, continually do whatever they need me to do to help the team. And then, you know, maybe someday when I'm actually old, I can look back and say, oh, that's pretty cool, I did that.
Being old is not a bad thing.
Yeah. That's what I hear.
Thanks, Nick.